knowing. So Yoga Nidra teaches us how to recognize and disidentify from our negative core beliefs. It also helps us disidentify from negative habit patterns, which can cause dukkha or suffering. This suffering arises when we mentally attach to expectations and outcomes that are other than what life is offering. So perhaps, like today, I was talking about how it's pretty warm outside. Um, younger me may have been like, man, I really don't like this weather and I wish it was cold. And why is it never cold here? Whereas more enlightened Marnie would say, oh, it's warm today, without the story about the warmth. Because what is that it's maybe warm today, but the story we tell ourselves is what causes the suffering. So when we can accept what is, dissatisfaction and suffering lessens. It may not go away completely, but it greatly decreases. When we accept life as it is, we experience the perfection of each moment. So we're just allowing what is to be and experiencing that. So this could be startling at first, but when we truly accept each moment and embody its perfectly paired response, thought with right action, we can glimpse peace in every moment, no matter what is happening. As our beliefs, expectations, and assumptions dissolve, we abide more and more in our authenticity of our true nature, which frees us from anxiety, fear, and doubt. We release control. So that's really letting go of the outcome and welcoming what is and being able to just observe what's happening without the story. The further that we practice Yoga Nidra, the more we develop this firsthand knowledge. This is different from intellectually knowing something. This is embodied wisdom. We directly face all the changing movements in the body, the mind, the senses, and the whole world around us while we undertake simple and direct inquiries. So you may find yourself asking, is this true? Especially about long-held beliefs or ideas which free us from attachment. You may be thinking, how do I know that this is true? Or where is this coming from? You start asking yourself some questions and you feel this change throughout the entire body. So last week we talked about setting an intention of our own for our practice. This week we're going to talk about affirming your heartfelt mission. So this is a little bit deeper than just an intention. Your heartfelt mission is what gets you out of bed each morning. It sustains your inner felt sense of purpose, meaning, and value. It's the life force that energizes every cell in your body and every breath you take. And it's an important part of Yoga Nidra practice. You can think of this as your life mission or purpose, your dharma. It goes beyond the intention you set for your practice. This is bigger and helps you clarify how Yoga Nidra affects your life. So this gives you some guidance and glimpse into, is this practice that I'm doing having an impact on who I am? Because then you can kind of measure it by your intention and your heartfelt mission. Just like our intentions, our heartfelt missions or desires are positive statements in the present moment. So I want you to just allow your eyes to close and imagine for a moment that you are at the end of your days on your deathbed. You're looking back at your life with a sense of wonder and accomplishment. What are the moments that you are most grateful for? What stands out as your greatest successes personally? What stands out professionally? What about spiritually? What unfulfilled desires would you add to your life? What is something that you're still feeling, maybe the call to do? What is life asking of you? And how can you best serve your heart's longing? Now imagine yourself actually going back in time and inserting the fulfillment of your desires. Use all of your senses and emotions to anchor this in as a new memory. So, feeling as if your heartfelt mission is completely realized. The emotions that you bring to this give a turbo boost to hardwiring this new neurocircuitry into until it becomes a habit, until it becomes part of you. Once again, looking back at your life, is there a common thread or theme to your heart's desires that might be revealed as your life's purpose or dharma? And if something doesn't come up tonight, right away, it's okay. It may be something that comes up later. And it doesn't have to be super specific either. It may be I'm using my life to serve others in a positive way. Or I use my work with children to help humanity. Allow this heartfelt mission to bubble up from the heart. Notice any sensations, emotions, or images that arise. And take a moment to take in the good of your heartfelt mission. In the Upanishads, there's a passage that reads, "You are what your deep driving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny." I want you to just notice the ground beneath you, feeling supported. Notice where your head touches the ground or the mat. Your shoulders and your back connect. Your hips, your bum, your legs, your heels. Feeling completely held and supported. Settle yourself in for maximum comfort and ease. With your eyes closed, lift and lower your eyebrows a few times, and then let them smooth out and be still. And then move your mouth all around, stretching and moving your lips and jaw. And let your mouth rest. Slowly roll your head from side to side a couple of times. And bring it to rest so the center of your chin is aligned with your chest and navel. Allow your chin to tuck slightly toward your throat. Move your shoulders down from your ears and tuck your shoulder blades in comfortably. Next, open and close and stretch your hands and fingers. And then let them become still with your palms up. Adjust the lower body in any way. Roll the ankles, point and flex the feet. Make any kind of movements that you need to feel comfortable and supported. And let your toes, your feet just fall to the side. If you need to smooth out your clothes or get a blanket or anything to be more comfortable, go ahead and do that now. I want you to imagine a white circle of protection around you, and then a double layer of protection around that. And this practice may be for your highest good. Let your jaw soften. Allow the breath to just move gently in and out through the nostrils as your belly rises and falls. And then we'll start with an intention just for this practice, your sankalpa. Maybe it's just to be awake and totally aware of the practice. And then we'll move into affirming the heartfelt mission. So this is what we worked on just a few moments ago. What your heart's longing for. And affirming it as if it's already happening in the present moment. And this is deeper for your entire life, not just for this practice tonight, but for your overall mission in life. And if you're not sure where you're headed, then it's really hard to get there. So if nothing does come up, then that's a cue for you to spend some time in nature, in prayer, in meditation, seeking out what your heartfelt mission is. Bring your attention to your right foot. We're going to do a little tension and relaxation, so it's called progressive relaxation. So you'll just gently squeeze with a light amount of tension your toes and foot until you start feeling it. Hold it, notice it, and then release and let it all go, softening like butter, melting away. Now bring your attention to your leg, right leg, tensing it ever so tenderly. Hold it, notice, and then allow the tension to dissolve all at once. Now we'll go to the left side, left foot. Begin bringing a light amount of tension to your toes and foot, just until you start feeling it. Observe and let it go, melting like ice in hot water. Now take your attention to your leg and start tenderly tensing it ever so slightly. Tensing the left leg, hugging the muscle to the bone. Notice and let the tension dissolve all at once. Both your legs and feet are feeling more at ease as tension leaves more and more. And then just notice how easy it is to tense and relax. How both can happen in the body, one right after the other. Now for the upper body, bring your awareness to your dominant hand. When you're ready, start to squeeze your hand as little as you can, just until you start noticing it. Study the feeling of this tension. And then release and let go to relax your fingers and hand, feeling the difference. We notice the tension, the physical feeling of tension, and the physical release of tension. It's also important to notice the emotional and mental tension and the release of that. We'll do the same for the arm by bringing a tender amount of pressure to it. Hold it, notice, and then release completely, let it go. Allowing your arm and hand to relax softly more and more. Focusing on your other hand now, create a tiny bit of tension in your fingers and hand. Just for now, notice that. And let it all dissolve. But being observant of the difference between the two. Move your awareness up your arm. Start making a little amount of pressure, the minimum amount needed to notice it. Now let it leave more and more, and then go back to your dominant side. This time, simply pretend to squeeze tension and pressure into it. Notice and let it totally evaporate like fog lifting. Notice what happens. And notice how your thoughts and imagination affect your body. Know that your body can become even more relaxed. Take your awareness to your buttocks and belly. Bring a light amount of tension to these areas just until you barely feel it. Notice the sensation and then let go. Feel the softening and how your body feels like it's pressing firmly into the surface, supporting it. Allow this to happen. And please notice your heart and lungs slowly breathe in, sensing this area filling up, feeling your lungs expanding, and notice all the sensations involved. And then let all the air out. Notice. Once again, breathe in, filling up and sensing, feeling the expansion in your chest, heart, sides, and back. Notice sensation. And let all the air out. Bring awareness to the level of relaxation. Is your relaxation growing? We'll move to your face. Being awareness to the sensations that are happening throughout your face. Press your lips together ever so slightly. Notice, then let it go. Allow your lips to soften and relax. And press your tongue against the roof of your mouth or the back of your teeth Then let go so your tongue can hover quietly in your mouth. Feel free to press again and then release even more, relaxing more and more. Then slightly scrunch up your eyes and forehead just so it's noticeable. Then let it smooth out nice and even. One more time, bringing a tiny bit of tension and pressure to your whole face. Notice it, let go, becoming more and more aware of the changing sensations of tension and relaxation. Bring awareness to the deep knowing that you have ways to exchange tension for relaxation. Once you have the awareness of it, you can allow it to soften. You'll use your mind's eye to scan your body, noticing all the sensations present, noticing textures just as they are. Just explore and observe sensations in the body. If you feel tension, gently soften. Feeling deeply relaxed while staying completely alert. Now we'll use our breath to relax further by smoothing out any static, allowing you to sink into relaxation. Take your attention to your breath, following its movements of naturally inhaling and exhaling through your nose for the next few rounds of breathing. Attention on the inhale and the exhale. And each time your attention drifts off, gently bring it back to your breathing. It's good practice to catch your mind wandering and gently return it to your breath. There's no need to do anything else. Just to bring it back. Now we'll use our breath to focus our awareness even more, become even more relaxed. At the top of each inhalation, you're going to pause and then sip in a little bit more air and then breathe out naturally. So each time you breathe in, pause, then a quick little breath in. It's like a little booster breath. And then let the air naturally leave. Continue boosting each inhalation with a little more air and an easygoing, flowing exhalation. Take your time getting into the rhythm. Notice what this booster breath feels like. Now let your breathing return to its natural ways, simply breathing in and out naturally, noticing what you notice. And then shift your focus to your exhalations. So at the bottom of each exhalation, we'll pause and then exhale a little bit more, letting the next inhalation just come automatically on its own. So breathing out, pause, push out a little bit more air, and then naturally breathe in. Each time you breathe out, breathing a little extra out at the bottom of that exhale, just boosting the exhale. Take your time. Notice what it's like to get into the rhythm. Now let your breathing return to its natural ways, simply breathing in and out. It's time to do this booster breath with both inhalations and exhalations. It's like putting a bookend or an exclamation point on both sides of each exhalation and inhalation. Take your time, and then when you're ready, feel yourself breathing in, pause, boost it with a little extra air. Start breathing out, and at the bottom, pause and send out a little bit more. Back to the inhale, boost, and then the exhale and boost. Stay with the booster breath, noticing what comes up. And if your awareness drifts away, just simply bring it back. Notice if there's any opinions arising about the breath. And if there are, it's okay. Just be curious, be interested in what comes up. And your breath may start reminding you of the wind blowing outside, like how the wind comes and goes. Sometimes it's a gentle breeze, other times it's gusty, sometimes it's quite strong. Imagine being outside, feeling the wind blow. Imagine it blowing through the trees. You can watch it and see it rustling the leaves. Listen to its sound. Scents that are carried by the wind. Now move your attention to your thoughts and feelings and how they're like the wind. Sometimes gentle, sometimes fierce, sometimes noticeable, sometimes not. How thoughts and feelings are like leaves blowing in the wind, and becoming more aware of what's on your mind. Letting thoughts and feelings come and go, just like leaves blowing in the wind. There's no need to name them or even prefer one over the other. Just simply notice your thoughts and feelings for now. like leaves blowing in the wind, making room for whatever is occurring as it comes and goes. And as these thoughts and feelings pass on by, just allow them to move, take flight with the wind, impartially observing any thoughts and feelings as they appear. No point in getting involved in what they are, just notice them. If you start to doubt yourself, wondering if you're doing it right, that's just another thought to work with. Toss it like a leaf into the wind to go away. If you're feeling bored or maybe you think this isn't for you, it's just another thought to give to the wind. So many judgments coming up. A gust of wind may come and clear away outdated thoughts, feelings, or limited beliefs, blowing away and clearing out what's no longer needed. Thoughts about ourselves or others, long held beliefs. Let your heart fly like the wind and fly your way home. The wind becomes still, and the leaves begin to settle into the quietude. Now you have awareness of the vast and open sky. The sky itself, where the wind blows, causing clouds to take shape and change again and again, and how thoughts and feelings are like clouds, forming and evaporating, just like clouds in the sky. Now, waking up the dimension of yourself that's like the sky, vast and open, allowing and including thoughts, feelings, and everything else to come and go, like leaves and clouds blowing about in the vast sky. It's awareness itself, always present, always awake, sinking into it during this quiet pause. Continue to waking up to this awareness. Always present, always awake, always there. Vast, open awareness, free from judgments or stories. Imagine the clouds clearing, the wind settling down. And as this happens, there's open space, timeless space, as vast and infinite as the sky. It's awareness itself. It's that part of you that is always present and always awake. That part of you that makes space for insights, unconditional peace, and joy to be present. Lean into this quiet pause of awareness. And gently bring your awareness back to your breath. And return to your heartfelt mission. What is your heart's longing for in this life? And repeat it to yourself in the present tense as if it's already happening. Let it float into your awareness, taking shape more and more. Perhaps it appears as a word or phrase or an image. Perhaps it's formless, just a feeling. Perhaps letting it ring through you from your heart and soul. Imagining how it looks and sounds and feels. And allowing it to take shape in your life more and more. We'll begin our transition back, bringing with you all the insights and understandings you receive for your sake and for the sake of others. So with this greater awareness of yourself, begin breathing more deeply, feeling the breath beginning to awaken you, feeling your breath coming and going like the wind. You can start to gently stretch your body, move your arms and legs, listening for the sounds inside the room you're in, kind of looking around. Notice any sounds outside of the room. And roll to your side, curl up. And either stay there or eventually use your arms to support you to come up to sitting. Rest your hands in your lap and seal this in. Maintaining the connection, touch the tips of the thumbs to the index fingers. Open your eyes and let your vision come alive. Glance around, fully awake and aware of what's before you and how it looks. Soak in the shapes, colors, textures, and your surroundings. Look for something that is blue. Be aware of the sounds. Peace. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you all for practicing Yoga Nidra with me tonight. I hope that practice served you well and that you can drift off into dreamland. If you'll have any questions, let me know. Jada wanted to remind you that you will be entered into a drawing if you were here today. As always, it's wonderful to practice with y'all, and I will see y'all next week. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.